1 minute introduction.
Okay, 1 minute, okay. I'm Joan Avery. I live in Lincoln County, live in Krause. I'm running for that large seat. I'm a retired teacher, taught 33 years. I'm also a registered nurse. I work at Alexander Place in Dallas, North Carolina. I graduated from Lorraine College and Queens College with a degree in media specialist in health and physical education. Presently, I'm substituting in Lincoln County schools. I'm also working for the Junior Achievement in Lincoln County and enjoying that so much. Thank you.
Candidates. Given that our budget dollars are limited, what would be your 3 priorities, spending priorities, in the school system, in rank order?
2 minutes each, please, starting the show.
Okay. My main goal right now is to work on our dropout rate and to have that. You need to really work at your elementary level on up, because that's where our education starts. We've had a lot of budget cuts in Raleigh. Legislatures won't give us money. We need to start working with more help, because we're on what you call a pacing guide. The students are given their forms from Raleigh, what they're supposed to be going from K through 12. This is a new one coming up this year called Core Curriculum. We need to work with the kindergarten first and second, because that's your building basic foundation of education. And with that, the teachers have so much that they have to get through. The students have to be able to read, do math, all this stuff by the time they get to 3rd grade, which is wonderful. And they do a good job on this. We have students that are reading in kindergarten what they call level 15, 16, which is equal to a 1st grade reading level. Our teachers are wonderful in our system here in Lincoln County. The next thing I'll be working on, we'll be working on a plan for our high school with a program we started a couple years ago with a plan for a what's called technology school and culinary school, and I'd like to see that placed again back in our curriculum. Plan.
Well, actually, I was going to address, well, my question is to the school board and to everyone. I'd like to address the question of compensation. I actually agree with the gentleman over here, but I don't want to keep asking the question. So let me ask you a question about pay for teachers. And I recognize, I'm a corporate executive from Southern California. I just moved here a year ago. So I recognize that and I actually know some teachers pretty well. I recognize that the pay in Lincoln County on a national average is low. But I'd like to understand what the group here feels about pay for competence and competency testing. One of the things that I've honestly been, in all due respect to the teachers, been appalled at is the number of teachers in our system here that cannot even say 10 words in a row without a grammar mistake. And it's just unbelievable to me that these are the people educating my children. I have 2 children in the school system, middle school and high school, and it's appalling to me, in some cases, the caliber of the teachers. So I'm all for compensation and making it fair, but what is your collective views on competency testing, and would you do you feel that it's the taxpayers and parents are getting value when teachers cannot even speak English correctly?
All right, teacher evaluations that we were discussing. Our teacher evaluations are done every year in Lincoln County by the principal and assistant principal. We have certain standards they have to go through. It's usually about 16 to 20 page evaluation that is done every year. All of our teachers are submitted to this. If there's a problem with any weakness in a teacher, it's addressed. The teacher works with the principal or works with other teachers in their area, say math, until they get this competency done to help with bringing this teacher up maybe to a level. We have some teachers that are brought into North Carolina. A lot of these teachers coming from other states to North Carolina. So they have to be evaluated also from what they're bringing in to North Carolina standards. Most of our teachers now have their master's degree. We have about the highest ranking right now of national board certification teachers in the state of North Carolina, which is about the highest degree you can go besides your doctorate degree. So I'm very proud of the teachers in our system. I'm talking about the students, how the teachers evaluate. There's a pacing guide with every student that comes through our system. Sometimes a student gets behind. The teacher has to work with maybe a small group to get these students up to the level that the students are in. Public education, we educate every child in North Carolina. It's in our schools. Thank you.
Another question, school board. Yes.
Kathy, I think you mentioned, did you say you had a grandchild and someone said not public school? Yes. Okay, my question is to all the school board candidates. I hear such wonderful things about the charter school. I don't have children in school, but I hear that over and over and over, and I suppose that might be the backbone of your question. If the money goes to charter schools and all the Lincoln County schools, then they have the same amount. Why are they doing so much better from what I hear from the community?
Sure.
I just agree with what Mark was saying. I don't know that much about charter schools. They get $1 million of our funds, Lincoln County, each year for their school system. I only know a few teachers there that's worked the last 3 years. They're retired teachers from Lincoln County schools. They taught in Lincoln County schools before they retired and started working there. So I just got to talk to them a little about their system. I'm not that much familiar with what goes on in the classroom, but I have heard that the students are well disciplined, which is wonderful. The teachers are wonderful with the students, and like I said, I'm so glad the charter schools are there. I don't know that much about them, but I agree with their progress. They had like 100% graduation rate, which is wonderful. Lincoln County public schools, we have every child. Every child has a different problem. We have a child that's slow. We have a child that has a problem, physical disability, and we have them in our school system, and we do a great job with them.
My understanding is that the supplements are supposed to be paid to teachers, but there's a lot of administrative staff that are picking up on the supplements. Can I have your views on that and where that supplement money should go, please?
I think can be, in fact, here in Joan can be answered. 20% of the supplement money from the county commissioners goes to administrators. Administrators get a higher percentage than teachers do, and since they have higher base salaries, they get a lot more money. A principal, for example, will get almost 3 times as much supplement as a teacher. Would you like to?
No comment on that, right?
Okay. No dogs in that fight?
Yeah, no dogs.
Yes, Roger.
I have one quick question. Do principals, assistant principals, do any teaching at all, or are they just merely administrators?
Joan could make
I didn't
No,
understand.
maybe Elaine could
Do any assistant principals
No.
teach classes?
No.
They don't. Okay.
Any other
They
questions?
get
Yes,
it,
sir.
so?
The back.
Time for change.
I understand.
Yeah, teachers and administrators all pay twice a year. This money comes from the county commissioners. We've been working for several years to try to up the percentage on this to keep our best teachers here. We compete with other counties, Gaston County, Catawba County, to try to keep our teachers here. The sub will have to be increased by the county commissioners. We think that we voted that everyone that participates in the education of a student is entitled to a supplement, and that's the basis of this. Every administrator, teacher, on down the line gets a percentage of the supplements.
Let me throw in another.
Yes, I answered that too. If you talk to our high school principals who are in charge, maybe 80 teachers, I can see they would be entitled to this supplement because of the range of the work they have to do in their school. Our lower elementary student, principal doesn't have that many teachers in charge under her protection, or under her surveillance during the time that she's been doing evaluations, but she gets input from other schools on teachers that float in, like the art teacher, the music teacher, but they all deserve everything that they get in their supplement.
Somebody in the room would like to know from each of the school board candidates how many relatives you have employed by the school system, without naming them necessarily, but
My daughter taught down here at Rock Springs for 10 years, and she moved to more when the gas went over $4 gallon. She had to move, which is in Krause. So it's Russ, Wrestler. I'd say probably 4 or 5.
thank you. All right.
But we're an education family.
Board, we've been talking about how you would pay teachers, but I haven't heard anyone say how you would cut spending. How do you feel about the deficiencies and how the school is paying out monthly or in like electric bills, energy efficiency, facilities? Where's the fat in the budget and where would you start cutting? be another Bob Silver.
The main thing with me, I think, if we could maybe be more partners with Duke Power, that's the only key that I can think of. Our schools are being more conservative, lights are going off, the temperature's going, put thermometers down and not being in use. So the teachers and the principals and the students are very conscious of this. They turn the light switch off and they leave the room. So it's all the system in Lincoln County are working on this part. But we'd like to be a part of maybe Duke Power, maybe get a bonus in there somewhere.
Is the school board?
Yeah, if you had to hire a new superintendent and you had two candidates that were closely qualified, but one just a little bit better than the other, but that person was from out of Lincoln County, would you take care of your own and hire within Lincoln County?
Kathy, let's start with that. That anchor.
And the most qualified. That's like, I mean, that's what it boils down to. The person that's got the best qualifications to be able to lead our system, the teachers who we need.
Joan?
During the interview process, each candidate is given a certain amount of time to interview with the school board. And the school board has one vote, each school board member has one vote, and that the votes are counted, and that is who gets the position.
That didn't answer the question.
The question is, the best qualified wouldn't make any difference to me. The best qualified to me was the person out of state, I would vote for them. The person from the county, best qualified to me, I would vote for them. But it's in the interview process, you sit there, you take notes, you ask questions, and then at the end of that time, you sit down and you decide yourself what your vote would be.
All right, I'd like to throw out my own again. That's a hypothetical question, somewhat hypothetical. You've got a school superintendent that you've been giving evaluations to at the rate of 3.8 or 3.9 out of 4 for 3 consecutive years. Why would you not vote to rehire that superintendent, Kathy? Or would you vote?
Ms. Avery, excuse me, how long have you been on the school board?
I was on the board 8 years,
But not for the last 2.
not the last 2.
And how long were you a teacher?
Taught 33 years total. I retired at 32 and then went back, taught another year, taught 3rd grade for a year. Lady was out maternity leave. And now I'm a registered nurse. I was a registered nurse also when I was teaching. So I'm working in nursing. And I'm substitute in Lincoln schools.
Any more? Do you have a comment on this one?
No, I don't. No.
Any more questions?
I will.
Yes.
I'm a new person in this community, and we saw this incident go on, and, you know, you're thinking, oh, we got a bunch of good old boys running this department here, and it's time for the good old boys to go. I think that people are, you know, there's other people in this community other than the good old boys, and they're tired of it. And I think you better get the personal friends and family out of there and start voting for what's best for the kids.
Was there a question in there?
No.
I didn't think so.
Just a really
We have
good
a
statement.
question.